Hey Amy, we're here at BeautyCon, and since there are so many beautiful ladies around, we thought we'd get you some girl talk.
My beauty pet peeve is when people over-apply their foundation.
Putting on eyeliner. Yeah, it's not fun.
People who wear too much black eyeliner.
Brows are just drama for me.
I don't like when I wear a lot of foundation. I feel like it looks really heavy on the face, so I like to keep it more natural.
Probably overdoing it.
Well, that was a little girl talk, but we decided tonight to have a guy join us.
Guy talk.
Guy talk for a little girl
hair,
talk.
It's gonna be hair talk.
Hair talk.
Hair talk.
Guys, rewind. Let's say hair talk.
Yes.
So Randy Vielecki is going to join us for this presentation. He's the director of clinical research at a fabulous brand called Hairmax.
Yes.
And I am here to tell you one of my beauty pet peeves, and he's here to tell you that he can fix it. So bad hair days are bad days for us gals, in case you haven't heard.
Set your day off wrong from the start, don't
Yes,
they?
yes. And there's all different kind of bad hair days. I myself have fine hair, so I hate when I get those like tangles and I just want to like put my hair in a ponytail and get it off my shoulders.
Especially with the humidity that we've had lately.
I know, right?
Yes.
Some hair days are frizzy. Some hair days are, oh my gosh, I need to get to the salon and get a cut.
Yep.
But then there's a really bad hair day that some of us have really given up on and we don't even think there's a fix for. And that's a loss of hair. So I want you to pay attention to this girl talk because I'm sure it's going to mean a lot for so many of us, considering 30 million women out there are affected by female hair loss. So what Kate is doing right now is not combing her hair. It feels just as simple as combing your hair, but she's actually growing her hair. This is the newest laser comb from Hairmax. It's called the Ultimate 9. We actually got our hands on it before anybody else. You can only find it at our store. We're offering it on an advance order price, which means not only do you get a $65 savings, but we're also going to hold off on shipping, and it's going to come to you on September 8th. It comes with an incredible return policy, 180 days, and a terrific easy pay system of 5 monthly payments. But Randy, I was hoping that you could continue the girl talk and kind of tell us about female hair loss, because I think some of us just fix it with a hat and don't let people take pictures of us anymore.
Or they try to cover it up, they try to part their hair differently. But ladies, if you're suffering from hereditary hair loss, Hairmax is a clinically tested solution that's actually an FDA-cleared medical device that can help regrow your hair. That's important to understand. A lot of women with hereditary hair loss will see their part getting wider, maybe up in this area, or right around here along the frontal area. You know, it'll start receding, almost like a guy's hair.
Yes.
And when it's like that, there's nothing you can do about it. Or, you know what, a lot of women will just lose their hair generally through the top here, and guess what? That ponytail gets thinner and thinner over time. Do you remember back in the 20s how thin your how thick your ponytail was?
I do.
Yeah, you couldn't get a rubber band around that ponytail. But ladies, if your hair is thinning, if you're finding that hair on the pillow, on the shirt, in the sink, on the brush, and it's not growing back in, it can be hereditary hair loss, and the Hairmax can help you grow that hair back.
Well, I'm actually going to prove to you that it can. In fact, we don't always take phone calls during Inspired Style, but if you are using any of the Hairmax devices and seeing results, we love to hear from you. But Randy, tell us what we're seeing, because that is not a different scalp. That before and after is the same person.
It's the same woman. It absolutely is. And these pictures were done during our clinical tests. You know, we did 7 clinical studies, Amy, to prove that this technology works. And this woman had hereditary hair loss. She's got general diffuse thinning throughout her scalp. Look at that after picture. You know, I don't use the words life-changing very often. That hair growth changed her life. It brought her back to being the person she was 20 years ago.
And then the feeling that you get when you feel younger, when you feel like your old self again, when you're not embarrassed to take photos or you hide in the restaurant and you actually don't mind sitting on the end of the booth.
Right.
And now this is actually a gal or a guy in this picture?
This is a guy in this picture.
I thought so.
Yeah, and guys lose their hair in that apex area. Now, when I started to lose my hair in that area, it was probably in my early 40s, maybe late 30s. And my son so graciously pointed out to me, he says, "Hey, Dad, you're losing your hair and you look like Grandpa." Oh. You know, and that's what a lot of people associate hair loss with looking older.
That's so true.
I didn't want to look older. You know what? It's about fighting it every step of the way, looking as young as we can for as long as we can.
Well, here's the wonderful offer. So when you think about fighting it, if you're thinking about, okay, I have to spend money then every week or every month or every year, what I love about the Hairmax is you're getting the updated newest version that actually has a timer on it. It's digital. You'll see it in just a second. You still only have to use it 3 times a week for just a few minutes morning, afternoon, night, your time of day, you tell us. But you're getting it only here, this newer version. It's at our store only, and because of that advanced order price, you're getting a savings. We took about $65 off of what it really should be costing you, and then you just wait for the ship date. It's going to be September 8th. Thank you. Jake, you owe me a Coke. And then the other cool thing about shopping here at the Q, especially with this Hairmax, is the extended return policy. Normally we just have 30 days. You know, you're trying on the shirt,
Nope,
you're trying the jeans, you're trying on the shoes. We are giving you 180 days.
180 days.
30, 69, that's 5 months?
6 months.
6 months.
6 months, a half a year. And the reason why we did that is because you're not going to get results overnight. You know,
Okay.
your hair didn't fall out overnight. It's not going to grow back overnight. You got to give it time. You have to be patient. You know, someone put up a review for this product already. I don't know how because we haven't shipped any yet. But they put up a review and said, I tried it for 2 months and it didn't work for me. It's not going to work in 2 months. You're going to start to see results in about 4 months, 12 weeks. And what you're going to start to see is little hair start growing in. But that's not good enough for us. We want to give you a full 6 months because hair only grows a ½ inch a month. So between months 4, 5, and 6, you can get a nice 1.5 inches long of your real hair growing back in.
I'm sorry, 1.5 inches long. That's
Well,
a lot
in
of
3
hair.
more, in 3 months, in 4 months, and that's going to
You're
continue to
growing
grow.
that.
You're growing that hair back.
All right, well, we did studies, so there's clinical
Yes.
results standing by. I mean, that's what I love about QVC is we find the coolest of products, but we certainly make sure they do exactly what they say they will. So share this number with us.
9 out of 10 men and women in our clinical studies, 90%, actually regrew their hair. So if you think about it, there's 30 million women in North America suffering from hair loss.
That's
if
a
we
lot.
can get 90% of them to grow their hair back, how fantastic would that be? Now, in the clinical research, what we did is we had the doctors mark off a 1 square inch spot on the scalp.
Okay.
And they counted the number of hairs in that 1 square inch spot. And that's what this represents. Now, Amy, look at the thinning areas there. That represents the thinning areas of your scalp,
Okay.
where the hair has fallen out and it's not growing back because of hereditary hair loss. On an average, during our clinical research, we grew back 129 new hairs per square inch. Okay, so what does that mean on your head? Well, you've got dozens of square inches across your scalp, right? So dozens times 129 is literally thousands of new hairs growing back on your scalp, making you look younger, healthier.
Are we fixing this beauty pet peeve of yours?
Absolutely.
Or what? And you'll have
Yes.
it for life, so if the guy in your life or the sister in your life or the mother in your life are also seeing this hair loss, I love that, yes, I know it's not $20, 30 or 40, but you do have your 5 easy monthly payments of 60. No other store can offer you this particular Hairmax or easy pay on any Hairmax devices. And then you can kind of share it within the family and everybody can really see a nice bang for their buck. But how does it work? Because you don't have to use it every day.
You don't. You only use it every other day. So like on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, you take the weekends off. And this is how easy it is. You ready?
Comb your hair.
Comb your hair. That's it. And you put it in one spot, and you can see what the Hairmax has. It has these patented teeth, and those teeth, they move the hair out of the way because the light therapy only works when the laser light reaches your scalp. Hair doesn't grow from the ends outward. It grows from the scalp out. So what we're doing is we're stimulating the scalp to grow new hair. 11 minutes, 3 times a week, and you don't feel a thing.
Should I do it all over my hair or just the thinning spot?
Do it all over your hair, because if you're noticing thinning, there's a high likelihood that you're losing hair elsewhere as well with hereditary hair loss. If you're in a hurry, concentrate on the thinning spots. Now, after 6 months of using it 3 times a week, you can go to a maintenance mode once a week, 11 minutes a week.
And don't forget, when he says 6 months, you have an entire 6 months to try it. And if you're not seeing hair, then you send it back. You really have nothing to lose here.
Except more hair.
There you go. So you better start calling in now. Now, I have some charts because if you're thinking, wait a minute, I really have a bald patch or I really have thinning issues. Can I still be corrected? Can I be fixed? Can I get a ponytail? So, Randy, walk me through who can and who can't
Okay,
use the
it's for
Hairmax.
men or women. And what we've done is we clinically tested on the women in that gray shaded area. This is very, very typical female pattern hair loss. The medical term is called androgenetic alopecia.
Okay.
So with a woman, andro means changes in your hormonal balance. Genetic means hereditary conditions. All right, so ladies, if you start to experience this type of hair loss where your part is getting wider, you can see down through your hair, down to your scalp, or like in the bottom right-hand corner, the frontal area is starting to thin, this could be for you. A lot of women start this type of hair loss during menopause.
Okay.
If you're not sure, check with your doctor to make sure it's hereditary hair loss. But the Hairmax, 9 out of 10 women in this classification grew their hair back.
That is wonderful news. You know, we also said guys, so whether you want to shop for a gift, you know, sometimes we have more female shoppers,
Yes.
but we're living with guys who we know would love this, so take a look at their pattern of baldness.
Yeah, and this is the hereditary hair loss. You see this every single day on guys, right, out in the street. 50 million men suffer from this type of hair loss. The receding hairline, the spot in the back. But I want to be very, very honest. If you look along that bottom row, if your guy is shiny and bald and doesn't have hair there, it's not for him.
So Mr. Clean cannot use this.
It can't use that. That means that the hair loss is too severe for us to address.
Okay. You know, on that note, I know we have more support standing by, but
Yes.
that's why you get it now. Because if your hair loss is bothering you now, it's only going to get worse, and it's only going to bother you more. You might as well shop for it now and start correcting and fixing and growing hair.
And the sooner you start, the better results you can potentially have.
Wonderful.
With all FDA-cleared medical devices, we have to test it on different skin tones. So we tested it on very, very white skin tones through the brown skin tones. Do you remember the animation of the little dots on the 1 square inch?
Yes, I do.
So that's what the doctors had to count the hairs. They couldn't count those dark dots against a dark skin, so we
Makes sense.
couldn't have them in the clinical study. But you know what? You've got 180 days to try it for yourself.
I love the way you think. So,
Yeah.
you know I am a really good shopper. Like, if I can do anything good, I can shop good. So, while you shop for it now, while it has that advance order price, you take $65 off the price. You have 180 days to try it. Look at these before and afters, because all you have to do are your monthly payments of $60.98, and you will start looking more like the after, even if you look like the before right now.
Absolutely. 9 out of 10 women saw this type of hair growth. Look how the part has filled in. Look at the spot in the top of the head. And you know what? If you're getting it now, you're going to have this new hair just in time for the holidays. Think about the holiday parties. Think about the get-togethers, the office parties. Wouldn't you love a new head of hair?
Randy, you're awesome. Hugs,
Amy, thanks.
kisses,
You got it.
all of the above. Great
Thank you
to
for
see
having me.
Thanks for having Girl Talk,
You
even though
got
it's
it.
Guy Talk with Randy. I mean, he really is fixing the baddest of hair days, so thank you for that. We
Okay.
appreciate that, right? There's only so much we can fix with makeup and baseball hats and things like that. Sometimes you gotta call a guy in like Randy Velicky to really fix the issue. So that was our Girl Talk segment. We had a cover story in the form of mentioning our today's special value and shopping for Oriani.